Hey guys, Marilyn English here, again with another FGI art tutorial, but today I want to give you three secrets, the three secrets to drawing anything. First one is spatial awareness, being aware of your page, how much space you have, how you're going to be copying, whether an image or something from life, how are you going to put that on to your paper. So this awareness of space, this sort of mental measuring of areas, of shapes, of sizes, that is the first thing, and that is super helpful for drawing anything, is just being aware of that. Now there's a few tricks for how to do that. The first one is I always, no matter what I'm drawing from, even from life, I often create a grid on my paper. So we're gonna be drawing this toucan together. Now with this toucan, I can kind of look at the picture itself and ask myself what grid lines might be helpful. So if I usually try to find the center points, and usually that's all I do is one down the center this way and this way. And yes, I think that will be a helpful way to start. So on my paper over here, I'm going to put a notch at the top, double check, see if that is about the center, do the same at the bottom. And then if you're in pencil, you can draw that line all the way down lightly so that you actually have a center point. You can do the same thing on your picture that you're copying from, but if you're copying from life, you obviously can't do that, right? And depending on the picture, you might not be able to, like if it's on your phone or computer or something like that. So just having an idea of where the center is helpful, or even just like what things on your picture line up with the center. Then I'm going to do the same thing this way. Center point, center point. You get really good at dividing things in half. And again, that is my middle of my paper right there. That is the first step of this first secret, is how to basically divide your paper into smaller segments that you can visually measure, visually figure out where things are going to be placed on your paper accurately without going too big, too small, those types of things. So the second part of this trick applies to the second secret. So the second secret is drawing basic shapes. When you're drawing something, anything, you do not want to start with details. You do not want to start with your favorite part, like the eyes or the hair or the whatever it is you're drawing. That will set you up for failure. You want to start with basic shapes to get sort of the overall shape, image on your paper in basic shapes that can be moved, can be changed if needed, but ultimately it puts your subject on your paper in the right place. Then you can add details around it and on it. So looking at this toucan, for example, we want to be able to just break it down into some very simple shapes. Not just one big outline, but multiple shapes that make up the big shape of the toucan. So we've got a oval for the head. We've got sort of an oval for the body. The beak could be kind of a curved triangle. It could be a rectangle before you add the tip onto it. The tail is kind of a small square rectangle shape. The branch is a very long rectangle that goes from one edge of the paper off to the other edge of the paper. Those are my major shapes. So I'm going to draw those using my grid to help me. Now this is where the second part of the first secret comes in handy. So we already have our grid lines to help us. The second part is being able to kind of visually copy spacing. So see the top of my toucan's head here to the top of my picture? That spacing, how do I copy that with my eye and transfer it over here? That's where the top of my toucan's head should be. So being aware of like looking at that space and copying it, looking at this space and copying it, looking at this space and copying it. That way I can find edges of my major shapes before I even draw my big shapes in there. So same with this side here. The body is about there. The body here is about there. bottom of the tail. Looks like it's about there. My beak. So it comes with practice, being able to look at a space and copy it. Sometimes you can use, often I use my fingers if it's too hard to, or I want to be really, really, really precise. You can use your fingers to measure a space and then copy that same measurement over to your paper and mark it. So I could do that with the branch here. I could do it on this side as well. Locking your fingers to do that. You could use your pencil to measure and draw the line, right? So there's multiple tools to do that, but ultimately you want to be able to train your eye to do that, because you're not going to necessarily have fancy tools like a ruler all the time to measure things out. You want to be able to rely on your talent, on your eye and your hand and your brain coordination together to be able to look at a picture and copy it exactly. So, first secret is to know your spacing and to know how to copy that spacing using a grid to help you, and mentally measuring those spaces from the edge of something to the edge of your paper, edge of one shape to the other. Then you start drawing. Secret number 2 is start drawing those basic shapes. So I'm going to draw in my head, and then my body. Loose and flexible is best, because again, this is not my final perfect drawing, it's just the layout of where things are going to go. Then I'm going to perfect it later. Let's do this for my basic beak shape, and then we'll do the curve. We'll do the branch. And the tail. Now this is my chance to be able to fix things, move things. I can double check with my fingers. I can double check with my pencil. See how long things are, see what those spacings are between shapes. How big should your shapes be according to your paper? Again, a lot of this applies more so if you're copying from an image and making it the same size, but these tricks can still go for something like if you're working from your phone on a picture and you want to go bigger. You just make sure those spaces are the right proportions as you go bigger with your picture. Now, of course, you can, after this second secret, is to be able to refine and add more details. I'm going to do that right now for you. And then the third secret is to add some value, add some shading. There's something about just a line drawing versus something that has shading that just improves your drawing so much. And again, the more you can train your eye and your brain to understand and see values, to be able to copy them, the more your drawings are gonna look amazing. So always add some value. It doesn't even have to be much, doesn't even have to be super realistic, but something that you can see where the light's coming from, where the shadows are. You can obviously add color as well. I'm just gonna add in a little bit of value with my pen. So I hope these 3 secrets to drawing can help improve your drawing and make you feel more confident when you're putting pencil or any material to a surface. So give this video a like if it helped you out, and please subscribe to my channel to get more information, more art content like this on the regular. But if you would like a deeper explanation on how to draw what you see, not what you think you see, please check out my other video linked in the description below, an explanation on drawing what you see, and it goes interchangeable with this video as well. So go check that out. I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.